floor with you.
Hello and welcome. This is Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Papua New Guinea's education sector will host the 2025 Conference of Pacific Education Ministers meeting, scheduled from March 18th to 20th. This will be the second conference hosted. The first conference was held in Auckland, New Zealand. This will be the second conference of Pacific Education Ministers with the theme Transforming Education for a Better Pacific. The conference reflects the importance of Pacific nations needing to shift their focus and adopt innovative approaches, particularly in embracing global educational changes. Minister for Education Lucas Dekene said that Papua New Guinea is honored to bring together ministers, senior officials and civil society, teaching and learning communities, faith-based organizations, and the private sector, among other stakeholders from across the world, to engage in critical discussions on shaping the future of education in the Pacific.
The reframing of this ministerial forum from Pacific Education Ministers meeting to the Conference on Pacific Education Ministers reflects the transition of hosting of the meeting from the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat to the University of South Pacific, USP, where the Pacific Regional Education Framework Facilitation Unit is hosted.
Dekene said the meeting also reflects a more active and formal engagement with civil society organizations that are important stakeholders in education development in the region.
Education is the way to go because of the different cultures and language groups. To unite to truly unite our people, the education is the way to go.
Education Minister and senior officials from 19 Pacific Island countries and territories, as well as Australia and New Zealand, will participate in the 3-day meet. The University of the South Pacific is co-host of the 2025 CPAP. In overseas news, Australian women will be able to access a new range of medications through the Pharmaceutical Benefits Scheme. Under the changes, some people will also be able to receive fertility therapy sooner, one that's currently only available in later IVF cycles.
She was lucky to have her bubbly 1-year-old boy in her arms.
It's definitely worth it. Yes? Yeah, it's worth it.
After struggling to fall pregnant, the fertility scientist became a fertility patient. Her first round of IVF was not successful.
I think it took a bit of an emotional and physical toll on me.
For her second cycle, she used a treatment called Pergoveris. Today she joined the health minister at her workplace as he announced it would soon be available to more women following recommendations by the Pharmaceutical Benefits Advisory Council.
This is a fertility treatment used during IVF for women with low levels of a specific reproductive hormone.
From April 1, Pergoveris will be available to eligible patients from the start of their IVF journey, and they'll be reimbursed for twice as much. 1 month later, endometriosis medicine Riequo will also be added to the PBS, along with oral contraceptive Celinda, a move the minister claims will benefit around 100,000 women.
All of those women will have that pill available to them for as little as $25 a year if they're on a concession card.
The Health Minister has not yet revealed how much these latest changes will cost, saying further details will be included in the upcoming federal budget. This builds on a $573 million women's health package that Labor recently announced and the coalition quickly matched.
We are very keen to continue to prioritise women's health as part of the coalition's health platform going forward.
Both sides keen to secure the votes of Australian women before all voters head to the polls.
Frustration with some of that, but is that a system that's easy?
Back home, the National Superannuation Fund's ability to register over 50,000 new members in recent years has demonstrated growth in the private sector and employment. Prime Minister James Marape, when commending Nasfund for its strong financial performance in 2024, highlighted its role in supporting employment growth, financial security, and economic resilience in Papua New Guinea.
According to Nasfund's audited results for 2024, the fund has recorded impressive growth across key financial indicators, reflecting its stability and the increasing confidence of workers in the superannuation system, which include a total membership of 715,873, reflecting a 4% growth, with 27,704 new members added in 2024. Net asset value of 8.1 billion kina, increase credited to members 839 million kina, the net profit after tax 849 million kina, contributions received 793 million kina, benefits paid to members 591 million kina, and an annual interest crediting rate of 11.75%, reflecting strong investment returns. Prime Minister James Marape noted that Nasfund's consecutive growth in membership and net assets aligns with the broader economic expansion Papua New Guinea has been experiencing. In 2023, Nasfund reported approximately 34,000 new members, and last year they added over 27,000 new members, which is a strong indicator of employment growth, particularly in the private sector. The Prime Minister reaffirmed the government's commitment in supporting policies that strengthen superannuation, employment opportunities, and private sector expansion. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
In sports, Pies Whistle has broken Peter Pulu's 30-year-old national record of 10.40 seconds in the 100-meter sprint by running 10.24 seconds in Brisbane during the Queensland State Titles on Saturday, with one eye on next weekend's World Indoor Championships in Nanjing. Coach Tony Fairweather hoped to enter Whistle in the B division of the 100-meter against Rohan Browing, a top Australian sprinter.
Whistle flew out of the blocks and led the race for 60 to 70 meters before being overhauled by Browning, who clocked 10.12 seconds. The World Athletic Scoring Tables, developed by statisticians, are recognized by way of comparing performances in different events by assigning points to performances. The time Pies ran is equivalent to running 400 meter in 45.80 seconds. A time of 10.24 seconds is worth 1,125 points on the tables, and out of all the PNG men's national records, this is the highest ranking performance, taking the #1 spot from Morven Boino, whose 400-meter hurdles record of 50.37 seconds is worth 1,112 points. Former sprint king Banove Tambao Taukoro of Fiji had a personal best of 10.20 seconds in 100 meters and Samoans Jeremy Dodson 10.21 seconds. The performance did not come as a surprise to coach Tony Fairweather, who puts Whistle's success down to his dedication to training and hard work. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Digital ExxonMobil Cup competition is set to kick off the season in April, and leadership roles have to be strategically aligned to run it. This marked Adrian Chow's re-election as chairman of the PNG National Rugby League competition. The PNG National Rugby League competition at its annual general meeting held on Saturday, 15 March in Port Moresby, saw Chow re-elected unopposed, marking his third successive term in this role. All chairmen from the 12 franchise, including the Gas Resource Central Dabaris, Eastern Britain Agmagurias, Engamiox, Mintangor Gorokalahanis, Croton Hela Wigmen, Lacenex Tigers, NCDC Moniplas Port Moresby Vipers, PRK Mandy Mercs, PRK Galfisu, Asila, Wagitumbe, and Wapna Mount Hagen Eagles expressed anonymous support for Chow. Chow expressed gratitude to his fellow franchise chairman for the confidence in his leadership, being able to lead for the last 6 years. Chow emphasized his commitment to continue to work alongside the PNG Rugby Football League. They won, but it turned into a horror night for the Bulldogs after star players Matt Button and Vilami Kikau both left the game against the Titans on Sunday with knee injuries. The 40-24 victory was sourced by the MCL injuries in the 27th and 74th minutes to two of Canterbury's best players, with both now facing at least a month on the sideline.
The Bulldogs stayed ice cold under the searing Sydney sun, while the visitors melted 35 degrees conditions in a shocking first-half performance and bizarrely kept their most damaging players on the bench for 50 minutes. The hosts burst out of the blocks at Belmore and were on fire in front of a raucous home crowd as they raced out to a 22-0 after 20 minutes. Canterbury were in cruise control thanks to tries from Marcella Montoya, Chairman Salmon, Reid Mahoney, and Josh Duran, but when Burton went down, it invited the Titans back into the contest. Gold Coast winger Alofiana Ken Pereira, one of the fastest players in the NRL, scored two quick-fire tries before half-time. Canterbury scored the first two tries of the second half through Jacob Preston and Kurt Mann, but the Titans scored the next two to set up an interesting finish. But Connor Tracy iced the game with a long-range try in the 78th minute to make it 2 wins from 2 starts for the Bulldogs in 2025. Bulldogs Supremo Phil Gould tweeted that both Burton and Kikau suffered grade 2 MLC injuries and would be out for at least a month.
Yeah, they both worked extremely hard and started the season really well, so it's going to be a shame to lose them, but I feel like the depth we've got at the club now is as strong as it's been in the 3 years I've been here. Some guys in New South Wales Cup today played really well. Still got some guys come back from injury as well, so really excited for those guys to get their opportunities, but yeah, we'll see what the team looks like.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
West Tigers have posted their first win of the 2025 season, with an outstanding team performance culminating in a 32-6 victory at Comeback Stadium in round 2. Leading 16-0 at halftime, the Tigers ran away with result in the second period as 2025 recruit Sunia Turuva scored a hat-trick in his second game for the club.
Both teams made early errors in the red zone to begin the match before the West Tigers broke the deadlock in the 26th minute. Jerry Mbula held the ball up before continuing with Stafford Tua to send Turua over on the right side. Tua then produced an outstanding run of his own to skip outside of Will Penisini and scored in the corner. West Tigers scored arguably the try of the afternoon in the 39th minute when Bulla stepped his way through from a kick return to put Adam Dewey into space. The centre then kicked back on the inside for a supporting Lachlan Galvin as the 19-year-old collected the ball and dived over under the post to give the Tigers a 16-0 lead at the break. Luai Grubber kicked through the line, then created the next West Tigers try as Galvin collected the ball and kicked ahead for Gerald Skelton to touch down for his second in as many weeks in his new club. West Tigers went on to produce a period of brave goal line defence to keep the Eels out time and time again before putting on more points on the board. Bulla's terrific game continued when he set up Turua for his second try in the 67th minute, and the Fijian international secured his hat-trick shortly after. Parramatta did manage to score a last-minute consolation try, with Lomac's conversion making the final score 30-6 in favour of the West Tigers.
I thought our defensive resolve was probably the biggest thing. Like there were moments there where we made a few errors, but we backed it up with our defence on the try line, particularly our goal line defence. I just thought the energy amongst the team for the whole 80 minutes was where we needed to be.
It probably doesn't look like it, but there's a lot of good signs there in regards to some individuals, some parts of the game we're working on, but we just have lapses in concentration, and obviously we need to work quite hard on our edge defence still. So there's been a little bit of change there, but we'll continue to work. But my initial emotions are very disappointed.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
That ends the news update. Do join us at 6 for more.